Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Kai, and recently Viltrox reached out to me to test out their new 85mm f-stop 1.8 lens for the Canon R series. And as a photographer who loves taking portrait photos, I was very excited to test this lens out. So yes, Viltrox did very kindly send me this lens, but as always, all thoughts and opinions of it contained in this video are that of my own, and this is a totally independent review. With that out of the way, what is this lens like for photo and even for video? And who should consider getting one of these new Viltrox lenses? Hopefully we will be able to answer some of those questions in this review for you today, so let's jump into it. So first up, ergonomics, and Viltrox have definitely spent time crafting this lens. It feels solid, it has a nice weight in your hands, it has quality housing, it feels really sturdy and robust, and you get some really nice smooth movement here on the focus ring. However, it's not weather sealed, so be careful when using it out in the elements. It has a 72mm filter thread and comes with this lens hood, which does feel quite cheap and plasticky in comparison to the lens body itself. Unfortunately, this lens does not have any image stabilization, but it does work pretty well with the inbuilt stabilization of the Canon R6. And like all modern Viltrox lenses, you also have a USB input on the back side here to allow you to update. An exciting option that you have probably already spotted on here is this, the autofocus switch, which means that you can take full advantage of your Canon R camera's DPAF advanced focusing system, as well as the eye tracking, which is great news for photographers and video producers who like a bit of running and gunning on the go. Currently, this lens retails for about $399 in the US, that's £350 in the UK on Amazon, which is a really good price for a 1.8 portrait lens of this quality. Now, to put things into perspective, Canon does have an RF 85mm f-stop 2 lens, which also has macro capabilities, which retails for over $600, and their RF 85mm 1.2 L lens is close to around $3,000, which puts the Viltrox in a very much affordable position when compared with some of the alternative 85mm Canon options. I can see dust on this already. The main thing that's going to attract a lot of photographers to this lens is that wide aperture of 1.8, which means you get some fantastic bokeh in your portraits, and it works well in low light conditions. And of course, the focal length of 85mm is a favorite for many portrait photographers. So what is the picture quality like with the Viltrox 85mm f-stop 1.8 on the Canon R6? Well, I took it out for a day of photos, and here are a few that I walked away with. And this is a great place to mention that if you haven't done so already, go and add yourself to the KaiCreative Facebook and Instagram accounts to stay up to date with all of our creative happenings. And just as a little FYI, all of these shots were taken using the RAW file format in the Canon R6 and graded slightly in Photoshop. So those are a few examples of the pictures, but what is it like when it comes to video? Well, first of all, it's an 85mm lens, which means that even on a full frame camera like the R6, you will need space to use it. So forget about things like vlogging. But actually, for talking heads videos like what we're doing now, for example, interviews, or on a B-cam setup for events, it can be really useful. It's also possible to use it for indie films, particularly dialogue scenes. And here is a quick one that I turned around with actress Gemma Burgess using the Canon R6 in C-Log 3 shot on the Viltrox 85mm.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
Stop talking and listen.
Who is this?
I said stop talking and listen. We have your husband, and if you want him back, you're gonna have to do exactly what we say.
Oh my God, I mean, who is this? Where is he? What do you want?
We want you to go to your bank and withdraw £1 million in cash. Put it in a brown bag, drop it in the bin outside the west exit of Central Station. Don't talk to anyone, don't go to the police. You've got 1 hour.
But everything that I have doesn't even add up to that. And, I mean, to be quite honest, Steve isn't really worth that much.
Don't play stupid with us, Mrs. Bennett. We know you've got more than enough in your multiple accounts to cover it.
Mrs. Bennett? I'm not Mrs. Bennett. I'm Mrs. Edwards.
You're not Amanda Bennett?
No.
Ah, I'm really sorry. I think we got the wrong number, love. Yeah, totally disregard that. I'm sure your husband is doing fine. Yeah, someone has definitely dropped the bowling ball on this one.
Bill? Is that you?
Yeah, I mean, wait, what? How could you know that?
You're the only one I know that says the term drop the bowling ball. It's me, Natalie, Charlie's girl.
Oh, Natalie, how you doing? Great to hear from you. How's the little ones? Mum and Dad doing okay?
Yeah, we're good. They're doing good, thank you. Business okay?
It's a little slow, to be honest, now. So I'm mixing it up and trying other things, as you can tell.
Yes, well, I hope that goes good for you.
Me too, Nat, me too. Anyway, better get going. The boss is really grinding my gears on this job. Say hello to your folks and I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, sure, okay. All right, Bill, bye.
I think you can create something quite cinematic with this lens with that f-stop 1.8. I did have some issues with the autofocus, particularly eye tracking not being as responsive as some of my native RF glass. It dropped out here and there, it was hunting a lot, but for the most part, it worked well. So should you consider getting one of these for your Canon R series camera? Well, it does depend a lot on what you want to actually do with it. It's a portrait lens, so if you're going to be shooting a lot of portraits, then yes, I'd recommend this. The price is not so bad when compared to Canon's current lineup. For video, you definitely get a nice cinematic look with that f-stop 1.8, although it can be a little soft if you don't nail that focus. And also that autofocus isn't as fast or reliable as native Canon RF lenses. So if you're used to using your Canon RF glass, you will notice that this is a little slow. So something to consider if you want to use this on a professional shoot. So what do you guys think of the Viltrox RF 85mm f-stop 1.8 lens? Are you going to get one or are you going to get something else? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, if you found today's video useful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that little bell for notifications. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching. All that I've got left to say is stay creative, stay safe, imagine, implement, and inspire. And I will see you next time on KaiCreative.